We are living in a time that our ancestors dreamed of. We are able to work, make our own money, live on our own, be single, not get married, not have children. We're able to have those choices. And this is the first time in human history that women have had as much freedoms as we've had.
And we, as men, fully support you in that. That's why we stopped paying for dates, and why we expect you to pay 50% of the bills, 'cause equality, you know?
We don't really need a man for anything.
You're kidding, right?
Stop it. Get some help.
Sure you do, sweetie. You need men to breed the cats that'll be keeping you lovely ladies company when you're old and saggy.
You're goddamn right.
Or in some cases, when you're young and saggy too.
But with that being said, and I need you to understand, with that being the case, we are going to have, reform requires upheaval or some kind of disruption. So we are going to be disappointed with our relationships with men. That is the way it is. Until men catch up with the fact that we don't need them for these things, and therefore the way that they've been able to behave for the last centuries and centuries is not the way they're going to be able to behave anymore.
And how exactly are you going to force us to change our behavior considering that we hold the monopoly on force?
You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
That's going to take a while to click for them. So in that time that it takes them for that to click, we have to accept that we probably will not be able to have the kind of relationships with men that we would like to have. And that's okay. If we asked our ancestors what would they prefer, to have to marry a man, or to have his children, or to have freedom and maybe would not have relationships with men anymore, they would choose not to have relationships with men anymore.
Oh, so basically you're gonna withhold the box. You know, it's funny. 60 years after the great feminist liberation, and still, the only leverage you lovely ladies have is box.
Pathetic.
Now let's get something straight. The men she's talking about are the chads who pump and dump and refuse to cater to them, not the 80% of men who are invisible. But the thing is, sweetie, the chads will never have problems getting women. Case in point.
Imagine you have a hot boyfriend that is everything that you would want from a man. Everything. Hot, funny, smart, talented, very intelligent. I already said that. Imagine you have that. Everything. And that man, you can't have a normal relationship with that man.
It's sad, isn't it?
No, Mr. President, it's actually hilarious. But you know what's even funnier? This whole withhold the box thing, because...
You thought AI art was wild? Wait till you hear about the cyber in Berlin, where men are literally lining up to sleep with robots. Yep, robots. This isn't an episode of Black Mirror. It's happening right now, and it's a terrifying glimpse into the future.
Yeah, it's a future where the box has no value. No wonder it's terrifying to you.
In Berlin, actual establishments called cyber are opening their doors, offering men companionship with AI-powered, anatomically correct dolls. They don't speak, they don't argue, they don't have needs. They're just cold, programmable, and built to serve on demand.
Bring in the fembots!
Bruh.
Let that sink in. For 80 to 120 euros an hour, you can rent a synthetic woman.
No, you rent a robot, not a woman. But I guess by your logic, a clothing store mannequin is also a synthetic woman. And so are statues. But just for reference, sweetie, women are living female humans who have double X chromosomes. Know the difference. It could save your life.
Customized to your preference: blonde, brunette, petite, curvy, silicone or thermoplastic elastomer. They even let you pick the personality. This isn't just creepy, it's the ultimate fantasy of control, where women are reduced to literal objects and men are encouraged to bypass empathy, effort, and connection.
No, sweetie, you got it wrong. in the places you're talking about, women are not being reduced to literal objects, because nobody is taking live women and turning them into robotic servitors. Women are being replaced with literal objects. As in, you lovely ladies are no longer required to perform a function because that function is being performed by an object.
This chain of logic is correct, and what is correct is sacred.
And if you think about it, you lovely ladies have been doing the same thing to men for years now, and I've never seen any men whine on TikTok about your battery-operated buddies.
Ironic.
But sweetie, let me mansplain why this is happening. You see, back in the day, when a man married a woman, other than her box, he also got her nurturing and caring feminine nature, and also got her love. In return, other than his eggplant, she got his protection, his provisioning, and also got his love. And if you ask me, that's something that an AI can't replicate. The problem nowadays is that a lot of women actually suppress their feminine nature because being annoying and hating on men and treating them like walking ATMs is what's trending now.
He knows that all women want is his money. So he acts like it. Prove him right by taking it. Take that money and go buy a business. Take that money and go invest it. Take that money and save it. And when you're done with him, leave him for the next chick to collect from. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? Stop connecting to the man if you don't like the man. Get his money and bounce. Men have been doing this forever. Except they will just sleep with the woman, not connect with her, and bounce. Do that with their money. At least you leave it with something.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's weighing down heavy on me, and it's not okay.
So, remove caring, nurture, and love from a woman, and all she's got left is her body. But you see, sweetie, the human body has limits that are easily surpassed by machines. That's why a lot of men lost industrial labor jobs when factories became automated. And guess what? A woman's natural body can never compete with a machine either, because that AI robot doll will never get old, will never sag, never gets tired, never nags, never cheats, never says no, can never catch an STD, and its imitation box never gets loose and can be upgraded with devices that the human body can't be.
The flesh is weak, but the machine is eternal.
So, ladies, if you think that you're gonna make us submit to you by withholding box, we already solved that problem.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.